2022, I've made the pledge to make more videos, for better or for worse, and that means I'm not gonna be able to just do these long form essays with incredible editing and amazing fan art for the thumbnail, alright? That just takes too long. As you guys can see, those videos come out maybe once every 2, 3, 4 months. It's a long process from writing to voicing to the editing to the drawing, and it's incredibly fun and satisfying, and I think it's some of my best work despite it not really being my most viewed work. But that being said, sometimes I just want to kick it old school. I want to take it back to old school Moliminous, where I'm just here ranting, telling you something like a little rant sona with a gameplay commentary going on, and that's what I'm doing today. I mean, if you guys have been browsing Twitter, if you've been just living on the internet, you guys already know NFTs are a hot button issue. Right now, Eric Andre did some sort of kind of half joke, half not NFT thing where he has it that he's selling like edible NFTs, and you know, it comes with some sort of chicken wings. I don't know, it's some prize, but at the heart of it, there is still an NFT that's being offered as well. And people are upset. The thing is, just like most things on the internet, people aren't really sure why they're upset. They've been told to be upset by the people who they look up to, be it Moist Critical or some sort of other YouTuber. The thing here is, and by the way, that's not a bad thing. You're not immune to propaganda, okay? Same here. I have different people that I look up to that I probably get swayed by all the time. But the problem is that a lot of people don't realize it's happening. NFTs aren't this boogeyman. They're not this malicious entity that is just unlike anything we've seen before, that's coming to destroy the fucking planet like it's Don't Look Up, okay? We're not heading to some sort of disaster zone because NFTs. We're not going to be having water wars because of NFTs, because it's destroyed the environment. You know, that's just not what's going to happen. So many people that I argue with on Twitter just don't understand what NFTs are. And I know there's some big video now that explains it, but I don't care. I'm not watching that shit. It's probably super long, or I just don't care to. It's not really relevant to this discussion anyways. NFTs at the end of the day are pretty much the same thing as CSGO skins. If you've been using those, you've been using NFTs. You can go ahead and look up like the prices of an Op Dragon Lore, which is just a skin for a video game that can only be used in this video game, that doesn't even change the outline of the gun. It is literally a sticker, and it doesn't even look that great. You can see prices go from like $3,000 all the way up to $14,000. This is real world currency, by the way, and it's being verified on Valve's network as well as who owns which one, because they all each have unique identifiers. You can't even think of it about when it was minted, okay? So NFTs are pretty much the same thing as CSGO skins. At the end of the day, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are literally just something that says that you own some sort of thing that's being verified on the blockchain, which is Ethereum. Ethereum is a massive entity. It controls pretty much all your other altcoins, whether it be Sheep or Hog or some other sort of shitcoin that a lot of people are into. Ethereum in of itself, though, is always running. There's always computations being ran, which is why it's a little bit tricky to calculate the exact cost of NFTs. NFTs are such a small portion of what's being ran on the Ethereum line. If your argument is that NFTs are just stupid because you don't own anything and it doesn't provide any kind of utility, but that's just dumb. NFTs provide all kinds of utility. NFTs in of themselves are more than just monkey icons. NFTs can come along with things like the rights to distribute, the rights for marketing, etc. In fact, certain sites automatically have that. A lot of people who complain about NFTs have never looked into making one. I have, just for my own uses, because I want a fancy border on Twitter, but also because it just seems interesting. I'm interested in new technology and new areas, especially if it could make me possibly rich, incredibly so. So I have looked into doing all of that, and honestly, there's a lot of things you can do. It can come with physical merch as well. Disaster Girl, that old meme of the girl smiling next to the burning down house, yeah, she sold hers for $400,000, and it came with the right to utilize the image. Who complain about art theft? Art theft has been going on forever. Artists steal from artists, non-artists steal from artists, everyone steals from everyone. Theft is just a universal constant. Whether it's for profit or not, it's always going to happen. Whether it's you stealing from a billion-dollar company, such as you stealing from Nintendo, or Nintendo stealing from you, it's going to happen. This isn't some sort of unique property of NFTs, so I really don't think it should be labeled as something that is directly inherent to NFTs themselves. Now, you could say that it creates another market for people to steal, but these random art pieces aren't what's really generating giant amounts of revenue. It's the idea that they can sell them later back. That is a little bit weird because NFTs in of themselves don't really carry any kind of currency, I guess. The only time that they're actually being utilized right now is by Twitter, giving you a specialized border that says that you own it. But even right now, you can mint someone else's NFT and actually get their border with their picture. This is still in its infancy and it hasn't been really fleshed out, but I can understand people's adversation to it because of the scam-like aspect. The thing is, this has always been around. Whether you're talking about Bitcoin or certain stocks, inventions, whatever. People have always been trying to find that new come-up. That's just the type of society that we live in. And if someone who's a legal consenting adult wants to lose their money in some sort of NFT scam, sure, go for it. And I'm not saying you can't make fun of them. You totally should. They're dumb for buying monkeys. But there are real people who are selling these things for real money and getting really rich from it. So it's not like they're inherently just wrong and that this is an impossible thing. They're just dumb if they think that holding on for this for any significant amount of time rather than selling it at an immediate profit is smart. I think the biggest criticism that people have, though, is the environmental one. And I always hate when people go on this because no one actually cares about the environment. The vast majority of people out there just don't care about the environment, and this goes beyond just simply living in society. Yes, it's true, you live in society. Having things like a smartphone, a car, etc. are almost required to live in a first world country, just due to our lack of public transportation and the readily available access to information and jobs through your smartphone, or some sort of internet connected device. That being said, NFTs generate such a small amount of the blockchain that it's not really something to really harp on when compared to things such as meat production, consumption, packaging, leaving your devices idle plugged in. This amount of work and stuff is just not a lot. Not only that, but there are green areas in NFTs, and it's moving more and more green simply because of the profit motive. There's actually very few scientific papers on the actual cost of NFTs as, you know, global emissions go, but there is actually one that I recommend that you guys read that's going to be linked down in the description. It actually goes ahead and calculates the cost of NFTs. And even if you just read the abstract, you can see it's 1.15 kilograms of CO2 emissions. Now, there's actually another handy site that you can go ahead and go to, and you can actually see what that equates to. Now, this is per dollar just about, and if you look at it, it's about 2.9 miles in your car, which, if you actually look at it, equates to quite a lot of other things, such as 140 times charging of your smartphone. Bam! Spooked ya! It's me from the future. Yeah, so I actually got curious about like things like running a computer and stuff, and just one of the first few articles that I could find here talking about if gaming is an environmental nightmare, because what the fuck isn't an environmental nightmare? This is from 2021, so you know. But just talking about PS4, so this isn't the same kind of scientific study. Anything that's coming from here, just go to the actual papers, honestly. But this just gives us a nice little number here, and the number isn't so nice. It's about in this just area, so the western area, Colorado, Missouri. it says that like playing a PS4 with, you know, a decent TV, etc., it's about 0.72 kilograms of dicarbon oxide, whatever, nerd shit, you know, you don't really care. But you go ahead and plug that in to the 1.15, which is rounded up to 1.2, and we just go ahead and we calculate. So instead of 140 smartphones, that's 87 smartphones. The problem is that's per hour, and I know you guys aren't playing only 1 hour. So if we do that times how long you guys actually play, you start to see why NFTs aren't the biggest issue when it comes to the environment. Is that kind of coming through here? I don't know. But back to me in the past. What I'm saying is, it's not gonna be the thing that tips us over. And we can see, even in this abstract, they give all kinds of ways that this can be done cleanly. In fact, there's already a significant swing towards doing it cleanly. Even if you read some other articles that are more gamer bros, you can see that even up to 70% of NFT minting is done with renewable energy sources. Not all of it, and it fluctuates tons because it's a new emerging technology that requires individuals to run it. But it's just a profit motive thing. If you even think that NFTs are just scams, they're just business people, then why would they be leaving money on the cutting room floor? NFTs, when switching to more green sources, generate $2 billion more annually than if they didn't. That's a lot of money, especially when you're talking about something that can have slim profit margins. NFTs aren't this boogeyman. They're not new. They're not even really that unique. They're just another means to prove that you own some sort of digital currency. So many of our things aren't actually tangible, from our money to our commissions that we get of our personas to the skins we use in CSGO. It doesn't inherently mean that it lacks value. Someone can find value in almost anything. Someone can find value in sound waves and colors and experiences and digital goods. It doesn't have to be something that you can touch, taste, feel, and hold. Make fun of NFTs for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Or if you're gonna do it for the wrong reasons, at least just quote the articles that can make it look pretty bad. If you compare $1 per NFT to 140 charges of your smartphone and ignore all the other things that are actually way more, it sounds pretty bad. You can even do it like that. So at least if you're going to shitpost about them, do it informedly. Selling NFTs, making NFTs isn't a big deal. If you think it is, hey, that's your prerogative. But I just have to get that off my chest. I've been FaZe the Moliminous. I love your beautiful faces. So if you at least like the video, go ahead and let me know what you think down in the description. I'm sure you will. I'll see you guys in the next one.